All right, so that's should be enough time. So everybody, welcome back to another class of Introduction to Programming with Python. Today is week, I don't know, and we're proceeding with develop a Discord clone or a live chatting web app. All right. Okay. Yeah, week, I don't know. What link do you want? What do you want clone link? Like the code, the actual website, or the code that we have currently? All right. The actual website. Okay. Let me send it to you, Peter. All right. So we'll go ahead and get started momentarily. Right. Okay. So this is the code that I've had so far, but before we begin coding, I want to briefly mention about your final project. All right. So here is what your final project going to consist of. All right. Here's what your final project going to be consist of. All right. Let me just see if I can do everything. 1 second. All right. Plug it in. Give me 1 second. All right, plug in. All right, there we go. Okay. So now I want to talk about, oh God. 1 second. So I want to talk about your final project for this class, where you can imagine as your final homework. All right, final project is you have to add your own feature. You have to add a feature to Discord clone. All right, that's what you essentially need to do for the homework or for the final project. All right, so you just imagine if you find any bug when using the website, or if you find any issues, any stuff that you want to add, this can be a feature. You can add that feature to the Discord clone. All right, this is your final project. You guys can work in group if you want to, or work independently. All right. I will get you guys a form to submit at the end. It's due at, let's see when it's due. It's due at November 28th. All right. Due at November 28th, 2020. All right, this is when this assignment's due because it's the last week of the class. And you guys also need to present your project to each other. So you can briefly mention what this project gonna do and why do you think it's useful. All right. So add a feature or fix a bug. All right, whatever you want to do. However, if you have your idea, go ahead and send an email to me. All right. If you want to work in group, be sure to CC your email to your group mate as well. Recommended group is 2 to 3 people, no more than 3. Well, technically it's 1 to 3. 1 to 3. So no more than 3. Of course, no less than 1. All right. Does anybody have any question about this description of our final project? Does anybody have any question? So the features is come like a first come first serve. Once you have an idea, feel free to just shoot me an email send me an email with your name and your idea is. And I will reply ASAP about like, do you think it's a good idea, or does anybody else already use it? If anybody else already used it, then you cannot use it. Then you cannot use it unless you work as a group with them. All right. If there's no question, I will talk about how could you work on this project. All right. So let me go to here. This is also a great way to take a look at how GitHub work as well. All right. So this is the source code. All right. This is the source code of the website. What you can do first is go ahead and click on fork. All right. Go ahead and click on fork to fork this website, to fork this repository. All right. You have to have an account so you can fork. So you can go ahead and click on fork. And then you could work it on your own. So you can add features on your own repository, on your own version. All right. On November 28th, I will talk about how to submit it via pull requests. And if you want to fix a bug, you will submit it here via issues. All right. Issues basically is where you can add your bug. Issues, and then click on new issues. New issues. And you can type your bug with the title and description here. Still shoot me an email if I didn't see it with your issue link so you can take a look. All right. This is how you will do your final project. Again, due on November 28th, you can work with 2 other people if you want to. I'm really interested to see what you guys can came up with. All right. Does anybody have any question at all? Does anybody have any question at all? All right, if no question, then we'll go ahead and proceed with our project. All right, so in here, so this is what we worked on last week, correct? Yes, you do. You do choose your own team if you want to. Well, at least you can finish it by November 28th. All right, you need to finish it by November 28th. During break, I will give you guys the ability to chat with each other via privately. So how do you choose your team? Great question. I actually don't know exactly. You guys can choose during the Zoom session as well. During break, I would turn everybody can chat privately and publicly, which then you guys can just chat privately with each other about create different teams. You guys don't have the break time to do it. All right, I would do it for like all the time. Yeah. How do you get previous stuff? You get it by go to getpod.io. That's like your dashboard page where all your Git pod is stored. And then just choose the most recent one, I believe. All right. All right. So, and then be sure to first ask for them their emails. All right. Their emails like the most important thing so you guys can communicate with each other. All right. I'll give you guys time to do it for around 6:30. So like 6:25 to 6:40. So these 15 minutes. 15 minutes you guys can send chat to each other. Can you have the code? Yes, you can. All right, for anybody else who also need the code, just gonna send to everyone. Click on this, click on the link, and this should give you your code as well. All right. No problem, Kevin. Okay. All right. So this is what we come previously. So we set up our Flask project. We get our index.html, get our layout.html. This is recall what we call a template inheritance. All right. Nothing else really interesting. All right. So now we're going to keep building on this app.py. We're going to keep building onto this app.py. If I could see. 1 second, let me just. Okay. So let me take a look. Because they're comparing this with my source code, so I know what do we actually need to do. Okay, I don't need to do this. Okay. All right. So next step we're going to do today is what we call authentication. All right, it's called authentication. By the way, I won't give any class time to work on your project. It's all on your own time. I might give you some time at the final class before sharing, so you guys could get organized. And you guys had to somebody present by sharing their screen and describe their feature. So like between 3 to 5 minutes. You can use PowerPoint if you want to, not necessarily needed. But anyway, today we're going to talk about authentication. All right. So authentication is really an interesting topic when we talk about backend web development, because authentication is not something that you can do with only front end, since there's no way to store users' information. There is some way to store information, but not secure, and we cannot lock user in per se throughout multiple different versions of website. All right, or multiple different requests to our website. So now what I want to talk about is authentication. So can anybody tell me 3 things that can be called as authentication? 3 features that it belongs to this authentication big category authentication. There are 3 things under it. 3 things. Can anybody give me one? So this is basically like authentication. Think about authentication. What happened when you authenticate with a website? What if you cannot authenticate a website? What you will do? And what if you want to unauthenticate with that website? There's 3 features, and you all used it before.
Password.
I didn't really hear you. Something you know. Yes, something you know.
Password.
Okay, not exactly password, but okay. So not exactly password. That's like a little bit detail for each individual big part. So I'm just talking about big part. All right. One is begin with R. One is begin with L. Another is also begin with L. All right. Can you guys think any of it? All right. First one is called register. Second one is called log in. And third one is called log out. Okay, I spelled log out incorrectly. Whatever. Log out. All right. Register, log in, log out. That are the 3 features that we need for authentication. All right, so let's talk about them in detail before I actually start building them, because talk them out can help you understand why we wrote the code that we need. All right. So let me go click on it. All right. So first thing is register. Can anybody tell me the procedure when you register an account? Can anybody tell the procedure, like how usually the website actually register you?
Email, username, password.
Okay, the information you need, so you need to maybe fill out the form somehow.
Your credit card number and the credit card password.
That's not needed for most of the website register, I would say. But sometimes, yep, credit card information is actually sometimes needed, but sometimes it doesn't. So you might need to fill out a form. Fill out most likely a register form, right? And maybe have different information you need to fill out, but most common one are username and password, at least, or you can also use username or email. Username, email, password. All right. You fill out the field. Then what happens? After you fill out the form, what do you think happens? Yep, my stuff gets sent to the database. Still is something before that. All right. We do need to send to the database. And in fact, let me think which step it is. Okay, press register button is assumed because you filled out the form. That's assumed. What's happened is, so maybe you guys would say number 5, you might say you got logged in. All right. I don't know if it's procedure number 5 actually. Kevin mentioned we need to encrypt it. That's correct. It's step number, let's see. I would say number 3. Hash your password. All right. Step number 2 is validate the information. And then step 4 is saving the database. All right. These are the 5 steps. All right. Step 1, fill out the form. Step 2, validate the information. Step 3, hash the password. Step 4, save information to the database. Step 5, you got logged in. All right. These are the steps that's going to focus on. 2 to 4. Step 1 is pretty easy. Step 5 is pretty easy as well. But 2, 3, 4, what's actually happened to the backend, to our database, is a little bit harder. We'll investigate how can I do that, a little bit. All right. So this is register. Another thing that we need to talk about is log in. How do you think login work? Well, we're going to start by filling out the form again. Right? Maybe this time I'm going to fill out like username and password. All right. All right. See if anybody can suggest some steps that we need to do. I'm going to teach you. I'm just going to talk about like all these different features that we need to do, basically. All right. So step 1, again, this is called fill out the form. Step 2 is what? It's the same. Called validate information. All right. Step 3 is check if username exists. Step 4 is check password. All right. This is going to be a little bit complicated because we hashed the password. All right, we'll discuss how can we check the password later. And step 5, you got logged in. All right, so these are the 5 procedures for doing each of the steps. Log out is pretty simple. All right, I'm going to take a look at this log in. Log in maybe not sound as easy as how you might think with log in. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. If you guys don't have any other questions. All right. So let's go ahead and start and designing our authentication steps. All right, authentication steps. So first, what we're gonna do is register. All right. So you're gonna define this register function. All right. And then what we're going to talk about is there are the HTTP request, get and post. All right, get and post. I don't know how I talked about this already, but I don't actually if this thing can even work. Oh, I forgot it's not connected. All right, so get and post. They are all HTTP requests. Basically, there are 2 most common way of submitting a form. They are similar, that's their similarity, but their difference is how they submit a form. All right. So let me just show you a quick demonstration of code. So you don't have to do this with me. I'm just going to show a quick demonstration of what a get and post form look like. All right. So here I'm just going to create a form. And then here I'm just going to create input type. And that's going to be text, name going to be username, placeholder. Going to be username. And then input type equals to submit. To submit this form. All right. So here I can type a username. If I click on sub, okay, I don't think it works here. I don't think it actually works here. I maybe have to show you in Gitpod. Okay, you know what? Forget about it. I'm gonna show you when we get there. All right, so in here we're gonna type is, in here we're gonna just say, from Flask, import Flask, render template and request. All right. And in here, just type if request.method equals to post, passed, otherwise passed. Again, pass is just a placeholder, so it doesn't yell at you for any errors. All right. All right. So once you're ready, in here, what we're going to type is going to type return under templates, maybe register.html. And in here, you're going to make a comment, say step 1, fill out a form. All right, fill out a form. That's our step 1 of registering a user. All right. This is the code that's gonna have. I'm gonna wait for a couple minutes for you guys to finish. Unless anybody let me know you need more time.
I have a question.
Yes.
It says render template is undefined variable and request is also undefined.
Did you add it from here, from the top? If you did add that, then you can ignore that error. Otherwise, add that.
Okay. There's still an error for some reason.
Don't worry about that then. Don't need to worry about that. Yeah. Unless after run this, you see an error, let me know. All right. So now what we're gonna do is gonna create a file called register.html. Register.html. And in here, we're just gonna copy the index.html, paste it here. This basically index.html have all these template inheritance code. And in here for block title, I'm just gonna call this register. For block main, I'm gonna create a form. So I'm gonna add following HTML code. Name is username. Placeholder is username. All right, this is the code that you should have for our form. All right, it's just gonna be really simplistic. Only have the username, password field, nothing else.
Can you send me a snapshot because I'm actually missing a bunch of stuff for some reason. I don't have index.html or tag catch.
Don't worry about the pie cache thing. I'm not gonna send a new snapshot because I want you guys to be able to code. So I sent a snapshot before. That should be the start. That should be the start. And this should be like what you should have before we start this class. So like at the end of last week or at the beginning of this week, this is what you should have. You can paste that GitHub link again. However, the rest of it is on your own. All right, you have to work on the rest of it on your own.
Okay.
Thank you.
Where did you type the insane like div and the form stuff? Is it in layout or register? Where is it?
What are you talking about?
Like the thing that you just typed, like the thing right now.
Register.
Okay.
It's gonna take some time, but if you have code there.
I don't have register.
What?
I don't have register.
Create one then. Create one then.
Okay.
All right, let me know after you guys are finished. All right. This is the app.py in case you guys need it as well. So it's like side by side. Type down in the chat once you're finished. Thank you to Kevin's. Gonna wait for a few more responses. Type down in the chat once you finish with the code, please. All right, so only 2% finished with the code. Is that correct? All right, gonna assume so. All right, thank you, Samuel. So we got 3 Kevins. Okay. Yep.
How do you type like those those parentheses on line 11?
Register or
No, line 11. div of the register.html.
line 11. How do you type line 11?
Oh no, it was blocking it, so I couldn't see what it was.
Curly braces or like this or
No, I know what you do. Thank you.
Oh,
It was like it was blocking it.
Okay, all right.
Why is my end div red?
That's because you didn't close the tag. 1 second. Go share your screen, please.
Okay. I can't. It said it's disabled.
Now, try now.
It's like red.
Because we're about to close here.
Oh, okay.
There you go. All right.
I'm gonna stop sharing my screen so I can see your screen.
It's gonna take a guess a while. It's all right. If in case I didn't finish anything that I talk about, like didn't finish with the entire thing, what you can do is you can follow the video tutorial I leave last last week, where you can just read through the source code, ask me if any question. I've got 3 Kevins. It's gonna be interesting. All right, we only have 4 people finished. Let me know once you've finished. 1.
Can you scroll back up, please?
Oh, sorry. My apology.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, nice job, Kyle.
B.
Excuse me, what happened? Okay. All right. Okay. I think that's a majority of people who finished. Now let's go ahead and get moving. All right, let's go ahead and get moving. So now what we're gonna do is in here we're gonna say method equals to post. All right. I'm not sure for the sake of time can we see the difference between them, but we're just gonna say for method equals to post. All right, add to register.html. And then once you're ready, we're going to talk about the rest of the step we need. So step 2 is validate. Step 3 is what? Step 3 is encrypt, hash the password. Step 4, save it to the database. And step 5 is log the user in. That's our steps. All right. Let's get started with step number 2. Validate users' information. What do you guys think we should validate? What do you guys think we should validate? What do you guys think we should validate? Anybody want to tell me? Anybody want to tell me some suggestions? Like, what do you want to validate?
Like if that email is legit or not.
Oh, we're actually not using email because you can see that we use the username or password. But that's a good point, though. If you are using email, check if the email is valid, if it's formatted correctly, at least. What else? What else should we validate if you only have username and password? Okay, when to validate is the user fill out the username and password or not. All right, and that's what we need to really check, to check if they actually typed something. All right, so in here we'll just do this. We'll say if request dot, actually we say if not request dot form dot get, then here's your name attribute. All right, whatever you put name equals in HTML, you will use it here. For example, here we'll say if not request dot form dot get. Then I'm gonna close all these files. username or not request.form.get password. And then what we'll do is we'll just say return, please fill out all required fields. All right, please fill out all required fields. Okay. So that's one thing we need to validate. What is another thing that you think we should validate? What's another thing that you think we should validate? We also need to validate if the user is already in the database or not. All right, if a user is already in the database or not. In other words, if he's already registered. All right. So what we'll do now is this. We'll go ahead and set up our Sqlite 3 database by doing something like this. At the top, we'll say import Sqlite 3. Con equals to Sqlite3.connect, db.sqlite3, and c equals to con.cursor. All right. So it goes to con.cursor. And here, once you're ready, I'm just gonna type IPython. So you need to go import your database. We're gonna use a database now. All right, because now what we also need to validate, besides validate if the user fill out everything or not, is if the user is already in the database, because or usernames in the database, because you don't want to have duplicated username. Correct, Peter?
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's why we're going to add this. Import Sqlite3, con equals Sqlite3.connect, db.sqlite3, c equals to con.cursor. All right.
Where's all that stuff you wrote before? Like, huh? Yeah, like this one. What?
Okay.
Like so.
Okay.
I'm so confused.
This happens. This basically just gets the username. All right.
Slash.
This is to get the username. If a user type a username, if a user didn't fill out a
I'm at
field
line
with
18.
username with name, there's going to be none. All right. So it's either the actual value user type, so the actual value, or it's going to be none. All right. So not none just means it's going to be true. Means if the user didn't fill out anything for username or the password, we're going to return, please fill out our required field. All right, Peter? Okay.
But like, I'm at line 18.
Here?
No. Like, can I just share my screen?
Yeah, sure. Kyle, sorry, I don't see when your hands is raised. 1 second.
Oh, no, I thought when you're done, raise your hand.
Oh, when you're done, raise your hand. Oh, I didn't. Oh, okay. Maybe I say that. It's okay. You don't have to raise your hand for now. Okay.
Like, I'm at line 18.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, just fill out the code as how I did. Okay. Don't need to worry about the line number. Just make sure your code is the same as mine. Okay, because there might be some empty spaces.
I'm not sure it is.
You're not sure about what?
That it is the same as yours.
So you need to compare it, right? I'm gonna share my screen again so I have a chance to compare it. All right. Okay. Oh goodness. Okay, that's not gonna happen. Okay. So let me go share my screen. Screen. Okay. This is a top part. All right, do the top part first, where we connect with the database, stuff like that. Do that first, so you can get more lost. All right, this is the top part. For those who also need it, go ahead and type it right now.
I have a question.
Yes.
Wait, never mind.
All right. All right. Is everybody finished with the top part? So like all the way to line 25. Is everybody finished? All right, gonna wait for just a few more minutes. For you guys to finish. Let's see, let me take a look in the chat. All right, thank you very much. Calvin can let me know if you're finished. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Peter. All right. Once you finish, we're gonna go ahead and do. Okay, is everybody finished? Actually, let me just double check that. You guys can take your time if needed. All right. I'm just gonna give you guys a little bit more time. All right, gonna scroll down a little bit. Right here. Don't type the green lines, all right? I mean, you can, but you don't have to type these comment lines, which begin with a hashtag. You don't have to type that part. Just be sure I have the actual code in. Okay? Have the actual code in.
Wait, I have little red lines. Like
All right. Okay. 1 second. If you guys know how you guys can take a screenshot so you guys can type it later. If you type it, wow. Excuse me, Peter share his screen. Okay. All right. Peter can go and share his screen.
like those little red things here.
First of all right, you didn't type the complete code. That's why there's a red thing here. Second, in here at the top, you need to type this at the top.
Wait,
So
I'll remote control.
what? Okay, I want you to type the code actually, so you can know how to do it. So I want you to type this on line 3. Import Sqlite 3, and for line 1, add comma requests. All right.
There's space.
Just give a space.
Okay.
All right. Not okay. My bad. It's not request. It's request. So not plural. All right. Now you can just take a look at my code to finish it up. All right. There's a little part that you're missing there. All right. Missing on your line 20.
20. Oh.
There's something missing on line 20. You shouldn't leave it empty. Never leave it empty when you have an indentation. Or never leave it empty. Leave empty will directly cause your syntax error. This is what you need to add, Peter.
Return, please fill out after.
All right. Just 6:25 proceed with a 15-minute break. All right. So during this 15 minutes, if you want to find a team, you can feel free to chat with each other. I will turn the chat mode into everyone can chat publicly and privately. Go ahead and do that. All right. Please post like appropriate messages. So no spam, no advertising, no stuff like that. Recommended just to privately chat with each other. All right. Where if you want to, you can just say publicly, say, hey, I got this idea. Do you want to work with me? You can also do that publicly as well. All right. So if no more question, and you can also post question to me if you want to. So I'm not going to be here to respond because I'm also going to take a break. But we're going to be back at 6:40 p.m. Please chat, please type about this class, all right? Don't type other stuff else. Otherwise, I'm going to change the final description to only individual only. So type it only about this assignment, please. Thank you.
Bagat.
Shut, Peter.
Bagat.
Stop it, Peter!
B.
All right, so once you guys have an idea, send me an email, please. You have to send an email to me, so be sure to include your teammate if you have any. My email address is this. Send me an email address to here. Yahoo.com. Shoot me an email right here. Have appropriate subject.
I'm just wondering, can we have a 4 people group?
No, 3 is maximum.
No.
Sorry, 3 is maximum. Rule is rule. Sorry. All right. So if you still need more chat, just finish chatting. I'm gonna turn it back to private mode. And when this is 6:40. All right, if you're still in chatting, get your email address, get your contact information. You must
What's
have
your
your email address. Yep.
What's your email?
I send it in the chat. No, there isn't an option. You can only do private with me, or I run publicly, or I run publicly or privately. All right, there's no other options. Allow you to privately send message each other. I don't want that to happen as well. So, all right. 3, 2, 1. Post only now. All right. At least it's supposed to be. Oops. Host only. All right. Okay. Email address is up top. I sent it to you guys. Feel free to send me an email once you have an idea. You also need to CC your teammates' email if you have any. Maximum is 3. Be sure to send your idea as well. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is this. All right. So now we're gonna talk about how can we validate a user. So now we're gonna go, but before that, we're gonna create a variable. I mean, not create a variable. We're gonna finish our database. So here, we'll go ahead and type IPython in our terminal. And then app.py, what's gonna happen is we're gonna type this. All right, I'm gonna type this. One moment. So in here, we're gonna say this. In the IPython, it's gonna say import Sqlite 3 con equals to Sqlite 3.connect db.Sqlite 3 c equals to con.cursor. C equals to con.cursor. All right.
What was for number 1? So because what I can only see is in number 2. What's in number 1?
No, nothing number 1. You could just type clear in number 1. So no actual Python code in number 1. All right, once you type all this, we're gonna type now. What's this? To keep it simple, we're just gonna say c.execute, recall the command that we learned, create table users, and then here we have user ID, primary key, integer, primary key, auto increment, username is varchar 100, and password is text. All right. And then I'm gonna type con.commit to finish it up. Con.commit. All right. Once you finish with this, we're going to type exit, and then you're all done.
Can you scroll up?
There's nothing. Okay.
No, on the bottom.
That's all the code.
How did you get the 1, 2, 3?
What do you mean by how do I get 1, 2, 3?
Like the into.
Don't, because you type IPython. So it's automatically gonna give it to you. And then see you got in 1 here. If you type IPython, that's what it should give you.
Oh.
Do you have to put the parentheses after the exit?
Take a look what I did. Take a look what I did.
Wait, do you write import Sqlite 3 on the 1 or just 2?
2. I mean, it doesn't really matter the order. It does matter the order. Don't worry about the in number. Just worry about these code. These are the only codes that's a type. All right, just worry about the code. As long as you have these codes in order, you're all good to go. All right. All right. Once you finish with this, is everybody finished with this terminal thing?
No, not yet.
Not yet. All right. We got more time.
Wait, can you copy the c.execute thingy?
Go ahead, try to type it on your own, actually.
No, I tried to type it, but there's always like one tiny little error.
Try to figure it out. Try to figure it out. Try to see if you can find which order it is. Just type exactly the same as mine. You spelled execute wrong, Kevin. All right, so I received Peter, Kyle, and Jerry's information because I'm literally gonna write everybody down. One second.
Mine is wrong.
What?
Mine is wrong.
All right, 1 second. 1 second, Kyle. All right. Nobody unmute themselves for now. I'm gonna write down everybody's name.
What did you write in register.html again?
This.
Oh, thanks.
No problem. All right, so I wrote everybody's name down on this piece of paper so I can keep track of your guys' progress. So the deadline for submitting a proposal is by next Monday, which is supposedly November 20. So November 14. Okay, November 16 is the deadline for submitting. Send an email to me about what you want to do. If you have any teammate one out. All right. If you have any question when you're developing them, feel free to shoot me an email as well, and then I'll give you a schedule so we can hoop to a meeting schedule as well. You forgot to close a parenthesis. You're supposed to have two closing to a parenthesis here. So after text, you should have another parenthesis. Kyle.
On text, another parenthesis.
Notice how I did it. Find the difference. You got to be really careful.
Oh, okay.
All right. All right. Okay. So once you guys are ready, we can do this. All right. Once you guys are ready. So now in app.py, which I suppose most people actually finished, is in here. We'll go ahead and talk about exist, create variable, and here just type c.execute which is going to be select star from users, where username equals to username. Excuse me. .fetch_all. Length of exist equals is not equals to 0. Now the return username already exists. All right. So notice that in here we have what we call a parameter. All right, this is what we call a parameter. And parameter is basically a way you can use you can specify what this parameter equals to. Oops, that's not what it's supposed to equals to. Request.form.get username. So then you can use the dictionary to specify which parameter equals to what actual value. This is a way to avoid SQL injection, which is security concern. All right. All right, so this is just a way to get all the rows, and then links exist, and then you can see here it said username already exists. All right, again, if you haven't sent me an email yet, be sure to remember to send an email before next Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right. Just be sure to shoot me an email about what you want to do, what's your teammate, who are your teammates. All right. All right. So then in here, you can see we check if we got any data back. If we do get any data back, then that means user name already exists. Otherwise, doesn't exist. So you can proceed. All right.
I'm not done yet.
Okay. All right. I have more time.
Wait, on your line, like on your line between 27 and 28, it says dot fetch whole.
Sorry, it's fetch all. My bad.
Oh, but what?
Dot fetch all is connected with line 27. It's just because it doesn't have enough space anymore. So move back here. Okay. Didn't because I press enter or anything. You can see we suppose have a parenthesis here. So it's automatically just put it here. Or it put it here. I didn't
But I
press
have
enter.
like so many red lines.
Okay. Do I share a screen?
Confusion.
Okay, see, it's not on the line. It's not on the new line. Backspace it all. So backspace till you move it back there. Keep backspace. One more. There you go. There you go. There, let's see. You should have a space here, but no space here. All right. So it should be if lanes exist, space exclamation mark, no space equals to 0. All right.
Oh,
There you go.
I'm so dumb.
No, you're not. It's all right. Some syntax here. We have faced
For
this
my
before.
for my place on my Sqlite pod, it says that the exist is like it's underlined with yellow.
Go out your screen, please, Calvin.
I can't really because I'm doing it on another laptop.
Okay, where do you see the yellow squiggly underline? Exist
So it's
or C?
it's under the return. Please fill out all required fields.
Okay, go ahead, ignore that error. Let's see by ignoring that error, it's all right. All right. Let me go share my screen again. So now what we're gonna do is gonna go ahead talk about hash the password. All right, gonna talk about hash the password. So what we're going to do is this. So let's see. Hash the password. Does anybody want to guess what do you mean by hash the password?
Like encrypt it.
Yeah, it basically means encrypted. So so that's because if our database is leaked, you won't see the actual plain text password because they are all hashed securely. And another way turns out that hash password cannot be unhashed. Yes, that's one-way encryption. Exactly, Peter. You cannot unhash a hashed password. You can only hash a plain text password to a hashed version, but you cannot do it reversely. So it's even more secure. Let's take a look how can we hash a password then. We're going to use another module that we're going to use. It's called workzug.security. In here, you're going to say from workzug.security. And here you're going to say import check password hash and generate password hash. Again, that is from workzug.security, import check password hash, comma, generate password hash. All right.
It has like a yellow squiggly line.
Could you share your screen? Unless you're
Okay.
okay, yeah, Kevin, go share your screen. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. This
Okay.
should be all good. All right. So then we're gonna go ahead and talk about hash the password. It's really simple since we will have this from workzug.security import check word password hash and generate password hash because that's literally where these two functions are for. All right. So in here, we're going to say this. We're just going to say password hash equals to generate password hash, and it takes in 3 arguments. All right. First argument is your plain text password that you want to hash. Well, this is my plain text password, whatever user entered. All right. Second is how do you want to hash it? There are different ways to hash a password, but our way is just going to be pbkdf2 colon SHA-256. All right. And then we got a set length, which is 8. That's our these 3 arguments to provide. All right. So it's password hash equals to generate password hash, request that form that get password, method is pbkdf2 colon SHA-256, sub length is 8. All right. Once you finish with this, then we can just save it to the database, which is pretty simple. Just an insert query can do the job. So you can say insert into users, and then gonna say username and password. Value is gonna be colon username colon password as a parameter way. And here we're going to provide a dictionary with what our parameter is for. Where are the actual values for parameter? Username is request that form that get username. Password is password hash. Once you're finished, don't forget to commit the response. Conduct commits. All right. And we're gonna leave step 5 as blank for now. But for here, after it, we're just gonna say return success for simulating that you registered successfully. All right.
Can you scroll up a little bit? I just want to see something. Wait. Okay.
Could you scroll down?
1 second, please. Kyle, let me know after you finish with the top so I can scroll down. Or whoever, let me know they want to see the top so I can scroll down.
Okay, you can go back now.
All right, there we go. Scroll down. All right, you know what? For the Discord clone, if you still don't send me an email, since I don't actually quite trust you guys for actually sending this email, I'm gonna ask you guys one by one. Almost basically at the end of the class, gonna ask you one by one if you still didn't tell me an idea that you have, because you guys have to come up with some idea, either work with team or somebody else. All right, Jerry, Kaya, Peter, you guys are good. That's nice. I just need to wait for everybody else. All right. So once you are ready, not gonna guarantee that you're gonna see no mistake, but once you're ready, you can just go ahead and type Flask run. All right. Just type Flask run, and then you can see the link. We're gonna use this link, start to access it. So All right. Okay, I made a mistake on you know what, it's all right. Shouldn't use Bootstrap class like this.
What did you type at the very start? That minute? Because for me, it said when I wrote Flask run, it said command not found.
Go ahead, type pip install Flask with F capitalized. Try that, see if that works.
What was it again?
Pip 3 install Flask. I'll type it on the screen as well. All right. While you guys are working, I'm gonna start ask you guys, finish up the code. I'm gonna start ask you guys about your Discord clone ideas. So I need to make sure that you guys all have an idea to work on at the end of the day. Going alphabetical order.
I have errors in mine.
What?
I have errors in my code.
Error? Okay. All right. Kevin, go ahead, share your screen. Okay, scroll up. All right. Notice you missed your indentation. Your indentation has a mistake. Just scroll down. Scroll up a little. Okay. Right here, what I want you to do is indent all these code. All right, one more thing, return. All right, go ahead, type Control-C on the terminal. Try it again. Flask run. Try that Flask run again. One second, let's see. No module name works. Scroll up. It's okay. I think a spell works out incorrectly. 1 second, let me just double check. Okay, it's Z-E-U-G, not Z-U-E-G. Z-E-U-G. Yeah. And I think that should work. All right, so you quit sharing. I'm going to assume that works for you.
I can't do the pip3 install thing. It just says, and I can't do the Control-C either.
One second, what?
I can't do the pip3 install.
Pip3 install. You need to quit on the Flask first. You have Flask running. You need to type Control-C to quit the terminal first. Then you can type pip3 install Flask.
It's not doing anything though.
Go share your screen, please.
Control-C. It's not working.
Okay, that's because you already Control-C. Okay. In here, go type pip. In your terminal, type pip. Install Flask with F capitalized.
Frick. Can't type today.
Press enter. Guys have Flask run? You are good. You don't need to install Flask. All right, there you go. Yes, Kyle, what's your question?
After he's done, can you like share your screen?
Okay. You don't need to type history right now, all right? You need to type it before the Flask running. So it says you're already installed, don't worry about it, okay? You're all good.
So now I press Control C.
No, don't press Control C.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna share my screen back. Let's see, where's my code? One second. Oh, Kyle, this is a screen.
Can you? Wait, I want to see the code.
Yep, this is a code.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a code. All right.
My thing doesn't work because like I forgot what you did. Did you like import or export Flask?
Here, from Flask, import Flask, run your template request.
Yeah, but from my first Flask, it said it's still underlined with green. I mean yellow.
Okay, I don't get your question. Go share your screen then.
I can't.
I don't understand your question. You okay? It's hard to help me if you cannot share your screen. I don't understand your question. Could you just repeat your question, please?
Right, for my first, it said from Flask import Flask comma render underscore template comma request. It's from the very first Flask from Flask on line 1. It's underlined with yellow.
Okay, type Flask run. Tell me what do you see?
Flask run.
All right. What do you see?
I'm not sure, my screen's frozen.
Okay, well, there's no way I can help you there. Okay, so next time, could you just try to use it on the same computer, please, since that can be a little bit better, but. Oh, okay. Well, all right. Okay, thank you very much. All right. So I don't think we have time to finish with the rest of the authentication steps. But we do get time to talk about socket as well. Okay. So let's go see if we can actually register successfully. Type a username, type a password. Okay, message not allowed. Not because you need to add here. So you need to add message equals to get and post. Run this again. What do you mean by what's a link, Ricky? What do you mean by what's what website? Kyle, what do you need?
I want you to go back to the code because I don't have a lot of stuff in it.
All right, 1 second.
My one just says hello world.
1 second. Anybody remember how to spell thread? Oh, there we go. All right, I made a couple changes. So first of all, if you see hello world, that's because you are not on the correct route. The correct route should be whatever.github.io/register. That should be the route. Okay. Second is I added this. Added this method equals to a list which contains get and post. These are the methods we allow. Add this at app.route/register. Another thing I added is when we're doing the con equals Sqlite 3.connect, I put in check same thread equals false. All right, check same thread equals false. All right, should always go to /register this route. And what we should see now is success. All right, we should see success. All right.
Wait, with the register thing, is there meant to be a button to press after you type?
Isn't there a button? Did I not add a button? There should be a button called submit. You can click on that.
I don't know.
Can you share the the check thing again? The new stuff that you added?
Okay. Check. Okay.
Once you're done, can you go down? I barely have any of the stuff that you have.
Okay. All right. Okay. That should be simple. I'm assuming you're done now, Peter. Hopefully. Right? Did you finish with this check same thread equals false?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Go down. Here are your code. Hopefully this is enough for you. Let me know if you need to see a little bit more.
Can you press F11?
What?
F11. Full screen.
Oh, 1 second. I don't know how to press F11. Okay. How to press? Okay, yeah, there is F11, but I press it just change my volume. I don't know how to.
No, on a Mac you have to press function key and F11.
Function key? Where is function key?
FN.
Oh, okay.
Bottom left.
Yeah, it's. Oops. Yeah. Okay, I don't think it's doing anything F11. I'm pressing it. Full screen won't change a lot though.
Then can you drag down the workspace?
Oh, that's a good idea. I can drag down this terminal. Yep, that's a great idea. Now I can see your entire register.
You go to the place where you say methods.
What?
Can you go to a place where you see methods?
Okay, right there. All right, just before people leave, I just want you guys to see if you guys have any idea now what's your project. So you guys can using the code if you want. I'm just gonna ask you guys if you have any idea. Alex, what's your final project idea for the Discord clone? What thing do you want to add? Alex? Alex?
Yes.
Okay, so what feature for Discord clone do you want to add as a final project for this class?
I don't know yet.
You have to have an idea. Okay, you have to have one. Send me an email on Monday, okay? Before Monday, okay?
Okay.
Could you also could you also privately send your email to me as well? Could you privately send your email to me as well? So I know who am I talking to? Okay, thank you very much. I will email you back if you don't send me email to me. All right, let's see. Brian, do you have any final project idea?
No, not yet.
Yeah, send me your email address, okay? Send an email by Monday in Pacific. All right. Send me your email address. Thank you. Calvin, do you have any idea for a project?
No.
No. All right. Go ahead and send your email privately to me as well.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Brian, send your email privately to me, please. Justin, what's your project idea?
I'm gonna send it to you on email.
Okay. If you send it to me in email, go ahead and send your email address to me. Thank you. All right. Justin, go ahead, send your email to me in the chat, please. Brian, send your email to me in the chat, please.
For some reason, icon.commit has a red line underneath it.
All right. I think I have to help you next week because I have to write these people's email address down. I'm sorry, but you shouldn't have red line just to double check see if your indentation matches.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Wow, Brian, get a Australia government email address. All right. Let's see. Justin is.
Why expose your true self?
What? Mail. Kevin. All right, that should be everybody who sent me. All right, let's see. Ken X. Do you have any? What's your final project idea for the Discord clone?
I'm thinking about it.
All right, could you send me an email so I know who to email back?
Okay.
Thank you in the chat. All right. Kevin H. Kevin H, are you here?
Yeah.
All right. What do you have any final project idea?
Maybe like some like color changes for the background.
All right. Okay. Go ahead and send me an email still. But thank you for your idea. I got your idea now. Thank you.
Yeah.
Kiki, what's your final project idea? Kiki? Kiki? Oh, you are in a team with Nina. Okay, because you guys didn't send me an email, so that's what I'm asking you. So could you guys just send me an email? Kiki and Nina, could you guys just send me an email so I know what you're working on? So I know you guys are Kiki and Nina. All right, Rookie. Yeah, now please. What's your project idea?
I don't really have one.
You don't have a definite idea yet. Okay, just be sure to send me it by Monday. All right.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Thank you. Ricky.
No.
Sorry, I'm not actually talking to you. I'm not actually talking to Nina. Do you have an idea yet? Ricky?
What? What?
Do you have a project idea yet? What your final
No.
project idea is? What?
No, I don't.
Nope. All right. Could you send me your email address? So you have to send it by Monday. All right. Pacific time. All right.
I
Thank you very much.
mean, I don't think I can because I don't really have time.
I don't really have time. Well, that's kind of like the homework.
Yeah, I might not be able to hand it in, but if I can, I will.
Okay. Just send me your project idea. You don't have to send me like an actual project. Just send me an idea.
Okay.
Okay. Because this is your homework, and it's still like in 3 weeks, so you have a lot of time to actually work on it.
Okay.
Samuel. Let's see. Samuel, go ahead, send me your email address, please. So I know. And Zemin, could you go ahead also share your project idea with me if you have any? Okay, slow-mo. That's actually a great idea. All right. But still just send an email to me. This is just so like I know your guys' email address. Okay. Samuel, you need to send me you still need the email address. So you gotta keep thinking about just send it to Monday. Leon, are you here?
Yep.
All right. What's your final project idea? Thank you very much.
Like basically, like I don't know, like UI, like make it look more pretty-ish.
All right. Okay. That's good. Prettier. All right. Let's see. Okay. Can X, I still need your email account. Kevin G, are you here? What's your project idea, Kevin G? And I don't think anybody else is on my list. That's our here, actually. All right. So can X, I still need your email account, please? Send it privately to me via Zoom's chat, please. Thank you very much. Let's see. Kevin G, do you have a project idea? I mean Calvin G, sorry. Calvin G? Calvin G? All right. I'm gonna mark a question mark. I don't want to delay you guys' time. All right, so thank you for coming for today's lesson. No, Calvin G. Calvin G. All right, Calvin H. Okay, thank you very much. I'm gonna save the chat, I suppose. All right, once you're ready, you can leave. If you still have a question, you can stay. You can stay for question. Worksup gets this. This is how Worksup works. Paste in the chat. Paste in the chat. This is how Worksup works. If you have a question, you can stay and ask me. Otherwise, you can feel free to leave. Thank you. Let's see. Yeah, Kyle, are you still here? No, I don't think Kyle's here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, you are here? Okay. Kyle, okay, sorry. Yeah, what's your question?
Mine says. Wait, never mind. I have a dumb error.
What?
If Wait, do I run register.html? What do I run?
You just have Flask run. And rest gonna be handled by Flask itself.
I want to like check if it works before I leave.
Want to check your work?
It's not working.
It's not working. Okay, go and share your screen, please.
It's just a grasshopper.
Okay, just click on try again. No, go to the page. No, okay. Yeah, go run again. Run again. Flask run. All right, go to that page, the grasshopper page. Open browser, it's all right. Go to /register. Now we'll see a weird form, but press enter. No. No HTML, just register. All right, now I can type your username and a password. Click on submit. Okay, did add message equals post. Okay, you know what? Here's what's gonna happen. Here, okay, I'm just gonna share you a. Oh god. No.
Can I stop?
Yes, I'm just gonna share a work a snapshot. That's a snapshot.
I tried to catch up, but
Yeah, okay. Thank you for trying your best. So that's a snapshot. You can use it. All right.
thank you.
No problem.
Bye.
Bye. Ethan, if you could stay here for one moment, I want to talk about stuff briefly. Thank you very much. Rest of you, feel free to leave. Bye. Okay, Ethan, I'm gonna create a breakout room for us since, okay, where if people can just leave.
Sure.
All right. If people can just leave. All right. So Ethan.